Hello, it's Carly here from Carly Says. Before I get started on today's topic, I just have a little favour to ask you. If you would please just make a mention in the comments below about how you found this, whether you found me on this video, whether you found me on my website, Facey, or you're a YouTube subscriber or follower. That'd be awesome. Thank you. So my topic today is Oprah, and how I was lucky enough to go last year to spend an evening with her. Last time she came out, I didn't really bother. I felt like there was just going to be too much. Well, there was too much fanfare. It was ridiculous. There were hundreds of people traveling with her at any point, and there were massive crowds everywhere she went. And I just didn't feel like it was worth it to get any sort of meaningful experience. Like, there'd be no interaction with her or, anything like that. So I didn't bother. Whereas last year, I seen that tickets were coming and that she was coming and that there were still tickets available. And I sort of had it in the back of my mind that I might go, I might not. And I sort of had the mummy guilt of spending that much money on a ticket just for me. There's plenty of other things you can spend it on. So I decided that I often my mum gives me money for my birthday, and different people can, do that regularly. So I thought, whatever money I get, I'll put that towards an Oprah ticket. And it ended up that heaps of my friends and family contributed to my birthday present. And so I was easily able to go and get a ticket. So, which really, I mention that because it really put a glitter or a sheen or a sparkle on the whole experience, because I didn't have the mummy guilt in the back of my mind. And instead, I had all my family and friends sort of there and happy that I was happy, hopeful that I would love it, because no one else was really as excited as I was about it. And they were sort of like, oh, Oprah, oh, okay, whatever rings your bell. So, but I still, I know that they were glad that I loved it. So that was a really nice aspect of it. And I got a ticket. This is a fun story about it. I got a ticket off Gumtree, which everywhere it says, you go to Ticketmaster or whatever, and it says, don't buy your tickets secondhand. You've got no protection. They could be anyone. And all the system is that, so when you buy a ticket off Ticketmaster, they send you a link, but it's from Ticketmaster, so it's legitimate. But if you're buying it from Joe Bloggs down the street, you don't know how many people he sent that link to. So I could have turned up on the night and someone else has got in before me, and that's my bad luck. So anyway, I found this ticket. It's like 10 rows from the front. I'm thinking, yes, I want this ticket. I looked on all the different places you can get them, and this was the best one I felt. It was about 4 from the edge and, right in front. And so I contacted the lady, and then I started to freak out. I was like, if this is a scam, then I'm an idiot. I've just been sucked into this. And so I contacted her and I said, I really want this ticket, but I feel kind of uncomfortable. Anyway, she messages me back basically saying, I don't know why you want to go and see Oprah, but I have laughed and cried and been, experienced Oprah in all her glory for, 20 odd years. I would never rob someone of the opportunity to see her. And I just don't think a scammer could have come up with that. That is a true life Oprah fan, and I think I felt like I had to believe it. If I was any sort of Oprah loving, living person, then I had to just trust it. She'd invoked the code of Oprah, which is now a thing I've created. Well, myself and my friend Judith, who sold me the ticket. So, anyway, that was a cool, even before I got to Oprah-ish things were happening. So Oprah's talking about what our purpose in life is and how we should listen to the whisperings of the universe. She talked about that from a very young age, she knew she was destined to do something else. She knew to do something big. And all along the way, different things set her up to be the person she is now. And one of the key things that I sort of got from it, my mind is always questioning. I'm always questioning. And everything that she said I questioned it, but it made total sense. I could hear it. And I heard that it was, I heard people say, my uncle mentioned, oh, I heard it's a bit, I can't think of the word. I've tried to say it a couple times. Evangelical? Was like almost a religious experience. I can't find that word in my brain today. Anyway, and it really was. It was spiritual. It was, I went in a different person to what I came out. I took what she said to me and I tried to just soak it into my heart. I took notes on my phone and I tried not to, look at my phone, but every now and then I think, oh, I've got to write that down. I couldn't walk in with a notepad. The best I could do was the notes in my phone. So yeah, she talked about finding your life's purpose and listening to the whisperings of the universe. And the way you do that is to be still. Not an easy thing for a talky movie person such as myself. But I feel like I understand to embrace it. And so another thing that she talked about was failure and how there's really no such thing as failure. All it is the universe directing you. You're off course and you need to go back, or you needed to have that journey to get to where you needed to go. And fear of failure has often held me back in my life. Fear of making look like a dickhead, or, fear of losing the house because you've bet all on black. Like, that's probably a bit of an extreme example and not one that I nor Oprah would encourage. But, that fear, sometimes it's good, I guess, in that regard at the casino. But to try new things, we're all a little bit scared of failing, I think. And I love that notion or the concept that you just roll with it. Okay, well, this wasn't meant to happen. Or you keep trying. Well, that didn't work. Let's try this. Or let's go in this direction. And so the way she worded it, and for someone of her experience and to achieve all the things that she's achieved, from such humble beginnings. She didn't have a rich relatives or, a world of people around her that she could copy and learn from. She was from really, she didn't even have running water when she was little, and she lived with her grandmother. So, she didn't have any privileges. This is someone that started sort of behind the eight ball, definitely. So it really gives everyone else no excuse. She shared some things that, oh my Lord, such an open and honest person. I felt like she was telling me this stuff, and she mentioned at one point that she'd lost a baby. She was raped when she was 13. She got pregnant and lost that baby, and she was far enough along that she knew it was a boy. And she'd never ever given it a name. And she told us this whole story, which I'd never heard before. And she explained that someone had suggested her to take the time to give him a name. So she did. And I felt like I didn't feel comfortable in sharing those details with people when I come home. Like, she told me something in confidence, but she told the whole Rod Laver arena. But something like that, I think, is a very personal thing. And, the fact that she's so open and brave about it, I feel like she really walks the walk. She doesn't just talk the talk, to use an old cliche. So I don't know whether she would be for everyone, to be perfectly honest. I loved Oprah before I went. I was open to hearing her message. I wanted her to inspire me and motivate me. And I use what I learned that night regularly, Recently I've been a little bit unsure about whether I should just get a real job and stop mucking about with these blogs and videos, and all the while I'm trying to improve them and get better and more professional and expand my audience. And then I start to have doubts, and I think, is this really what, is this not all just a waste of time? And I think everybody would have those thoughts, you know, whether they're on the right track or whatever. But I'm trying to just embrace what she said and be still and listen to what my next step needs to be. So I hope that in this video you've got a strong sense of how awesome it was. It was magical. I grew. All of my blogs that I've done recently have been some factor or another of what I learned when I had my evening with Oprah. One of my friends keeps calling me Oprah, which I think she's been a smart aleck, but I kind of like it, so I'm going to let her go. So, but anyway, I don't have anything to call you to action. Maybe listen to the whispers. If you know what the whispers are, tell me. I'd love to know what you think your life's purpose is. And any tips you have on listening to the whispers. Listening to figuring out and following your path. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye. Hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, even if you didn't, subscribe to my website, www.carlysays.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm also on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram if you're interested. And share the love. Share the Carly Says love. Share the shit out of the Carly Says love. Tag a friend in. Let them know. Talk about me. You know. Get it done.